Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kiana and today I'm going to be teaching you two different DIY throw pillows. The first one using embroidery and the second one with crochet. So yeah, if you like this video, please feel free to subscribe. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so for the first throw pillow, we're going to be using embroidery, and I'm going to be making my pillow from scratch. Also, this is some extra fabric I had from my DIY midi / ruched skirt tutorial. I just had a lot of extra fabric, and I thought it would be cute as a pillow, so I'm going to be using this. I wanted my pillow to end up being 18 inches by 18 inches, so I'm making a square 19 inches by 19 inches to account for half-inch seam allowance on each side. So yeah, just square a square and then cut it out and you'll have two pieces for your pillow. Okay, now that we have two pieces of fabric, we are going to pick the one that we want to be the front of the pillow. Make sure there are no flaws or runs in your piece of fabric because this is the one we're going to be embroidering for hours. And if it was messed up, that would be really sad for you. So now we're just going to find the center of that piece by folding it in half twice, marking it with a pen. You can probably measure out the center, but I was lazy and I just wanted to fold it. Okay, now I am just going to take a drawing I like off the internet because I'm lazy. Actually, I'm not lazy. I spent like 3 hours trying to draw something that I liked for a pillow, and I drew like 12 different things, and I couldn't decide which one I liked better, so then I just panicked and picked one off the internet. So I'm going to put that on my iPad and trace it with a water / air soluble pen because I don't have any like magic paper or stuff like that. So I'm just doing the good old trace in front of the iPad trick. And then I'm doing it in like sections too. I'm not tracing it all at once because one, my pen is air soluble and it will just evaporate and leave forever. And also my hoop is not big enough to fit everything. So I'm just going little by little. Also, full disclosure, I don't have real embroidery floss. This is all I had in my little sewing kit. I got it in the embroidery floss section a while ago, but it's not embroidery floss. Like, it's not like separated. It's just like one thick string. It's by DMC, which is like the brand everyone uses for embroidery. But I just didn't have the real deal. So I'm working with what I got because I'm not going out during the quarantine. And then I'm just doing like a back split stitch, kind of like when I go backwards I go into the stitch behind it. I'll also link a video of like my references for this so you can like learn how to embroider the proper way with the proper materials, but this is what I'm doing for now. This is just a little close-up for you. As you can see, it's not real embroidery floss, but yeah, you know, it worked for me. I thought it was cute, so it's okay. Also, I'm just gonna shut up now because I feel like you can visually see what's happening better than me explaining it. So yeah, watch me do it. Okay, and then after several hours of poking yourself with a needle, you will have a finished embroidered piece. Sorry, that was a really short clip right there of my finished piece, but you'll see it later. I am now just going to put the back and front face to face and sew with 1/2 inch seam allowance on 3 sides fully, and the last side is just partially sewn so that I have room for the stuffing. And then once I stuff the piece, I am going to turn the final edge in on itself and just stitch that down with a really small seam allowance so you won't see it when the pillow is done. Also, I chose to leave the bottom open because that's the least noticeable part. And then here's the finished product. Enjoy this video of me crouching under the camera and modeling this pillow for you. Wow, very cute. Okay, the second pillow I did with crochet. So the first thing you want to do is make a slip knot and then chain 6. And I'm going to have the like pattern that I used. It's free from Joann's, linked below. I did change it a little bit, but I didn't change it that much. I like added 2 rows and then I changed the last row. I just wanted to like show you how I did it in case you're like a visual person. But yeah, I'm gonna link the reference that I used down below. After I chain 6, I'm going to insert my hook into the first stitch and slip stitch it closed. Also, I will have references to all of these terms if you don't know how to crochet down below as well. Okay, then I'm going to chain 3, and this counts as a double crochet. And so I am going to double crochet into this ring that we've made, being sure to tuck the little tail end into each of my stitches, crochet stitches, and I'm going to double crochet around this ring 11 times, which is technically 12 in total since that first chain 3 counted as a double crochet. Also, full disclosure, I learned how to crochet 3 days ago. I mean, like, I learned how to crochet when I was like 10, and I did like a rectangle, and then I also did a rectangle when I was like 16. But that doesn't really count. So really, I learned how to crochet truly 3 days ago, and I'm able to do this. So if you're a beginner, you're all good. Okay, so after I've double crocheted 11 times, I'm going to insert my hook into the top of that original chain 3 and then just slip stitch it closed. Then I'm going to chain 3 again for our second row, and then I am going to front post double crochet around the first chain 3 from the first row. And then after my front post double crochet, I am going to regular double crochet into the next stitch. And then I'm going to alternate regular double crochet with front post double crochet to regular to front post to regular to front post until I get back to the beginning. Also, because I'm a beginner, I really hope I'm doing all of this right. I think I am. Like, you know, if you crochet and I'm doing something wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, but I actually think I got it. I think it turned out good, so knock on wood. Okay, and then when you get back to the beginning, just slip your needle or your hook into the top of that original chain 3 and slip stitch it closed. Then chain 3 again for the start of the third row. Now we are going to double crochet into that same stitch that your chain 3 is coming out of. And this counts as 2 double crochets technically into the first stitch. And the reason why we double crocheted twice into the first stitch is because we want it to be a flat circle, so we want to be slowly increasing our stitches for each row. The next stitch is going to be a front post double crochet, and then for the next stitch we're going to double crochet twice again into that stitch. So it's 2 double crochets and then a front post double crochet, 2 double crochets and then a front post double crochet, and we're going to repeat that all the way around the circle. Okay, and then when you're done with that row, again, you're going to just slip stitch into the top of that chain 3 and start off your, is this your 4th row? I think this is the 4th row. Start off your 4th row by chaining 3 again. And remember, I'm counting this as a double crochet. So this is basically the same as all of the next rows. You double crochet twice into your first stitch, and your chain 3 counts as a double crochet, so you just do 1 additional double crochet into this stitch. Then you're going to double crochet once into the next stitch, and then after that you're going to front post double crochet into the next stitch. And you can tell when you're going to front post double crochet around a stitch because the stitch previously, like in the previous row, is a front post double crochet, which is just the bulkier part of this crochet design. Okay, so again, the pattern for this row is double crochet twice into the first stitch, double crochet once into the next stitch, and then front post double crochet. Okay, then when you're done with that row, just slip stitch close and then start off the next row by chaining 3. This is the last row I'm going to show you because after this you'll kind of get the hang of it. It's pretty self-explanatory. So we're going to double crochet twice into this first stitch. Again, that chain 3 counts as a double crochet. Now for the next 2 stitches, we will double crochet only once into those before getting to our front post double crochet, where we will front post double crochet. Again, so the pattern for this row is double crochet twice into the first stitch, double crochet once into the next stitch, double crochet once into the next stitch, and then front post double crochet. And so if you want to keep making your circle bigger and adding rows, you are going to double crochet twice into the first stitch and then just double crochet once into the next stitches before you get to your front post double crochet. And again, I'm going to link the references that I used down below. Now I'm just securing the ends by threading it through a darning needle and weaving the end back through the work. Now I'm going to attach the front to the back by using what I think is called a mattress stitch. When I looked up online how to secure 2 pieces of fabric or 2 pieces of crochet together, it said to use a mattress stitch, but there's like 20 different types of mattress stitches. Like, I really don't know, so I'm just going to link the video that I referenced down below. Basically, I'm just threading the needle through a stitch on each side that are parallel to each other and then pulling it tight. And then this is the finished pillow. Wow, again, me crouching in front of the camera and modeling the pillow for you. Okay, yeah, so those were both pillows. I hope you liked the video. I hope you learned something and try it out maybe. But yeah, please subscribe if you're not already and like my video. Thanks for watching. Bye.